The morality police are everywhere. Surveillance and fear in the face of the vice and virtue laws in Afghanistan. The Taliban issued the Promotion of Virtue and Prevention of Vice law in July 24, putting in place sweeping restrictions on women's dress, social interaction, mobility, and bodily autonomy, and thus codifying in law a system of gender apartheid. Since coming to power in August 21, with more than 100 decrees, Taliban has denied women's fundamental rights, including access to education, employment, and erasing them completely from all public spaces. The Taliban has now codified all the decrees into a law formalizing and institutionalizing gender-based discrimination into its system of governance. Our report documents the voices of 200 women across 20 provinces of Afghanistan who have shared their experience of the law. Findings. Research participants shared that although the restrictions existed for the past 2 years, what the law has changed is the degree of enforcement, which has led to heightened surveillance. Women believe that the surveillance has increased in the community since the law was issued, with a higher number of morality police swarming the streets, stopping, harassing, arresting, publicly beating, and assaulting women for offenses of wearing a thin hijab, no mask, or traveling alone.
حتی زمانی که بیرون از خانه میرم احساس میکنم کلگی طرف من سعی میکنه بسیاری از همسایه ما طالباس طرف من سعی میکنه احساس راحتی ندارم بیرون از خانه در تلفن گپ زدن نمیتونم میترسم که اونا گپای ما گوش کنن و به طالبا راپور بدن.
The economic burden. The ban on women's employment has rendered once multi-income families into large single-income households, with male family members shouldering all financial responsibilities. While the economic burden of sustaining the household has caused increased stress for men, losing the breadwinner status has in turn negatively impacted women's position within the home.
زه یو ورور لرم خو تل زما ملګرتیا نشي کولی که زه کار ومومم نو دواړه باید د یو معاش لپاره زحمت باسو که چیرې زما ورور تل ما سره وي نو بیا به څنګه کار وکړي او زموږ د ژوند د اړتیاو کفایت وکړي.
Intersectional vulnerabilities. Women with multiple marginalized identities faced heightened vulnerability. Women from ethnic and religious minorities and younger girls face more restriction. Female-headed households are most vulnerable and threat remains most severe for families of ex-government and military employees. Impact on family dynamics. Authorities punish the men when women in their families are found guilty of breaking any rule. This has negatively impacted men's mental health and has led to increased policing of women and their movement within the household by men and other family members.
تحت از امنیت خودشان باعث میشه که مردم حدت زیادی به خانم بس کنه و زمانی که یک خانم قانون را نقض میکنه مردهایشان نیز زندانی میشه و اونا در تلاشی هستن که هر مردی که به او خانم نسبت داشته باشه را دستگیر کنن و شکنجه کنن و این فرق نمیکنه برادر او خانم باشه، شوهر او خانم باشه، عمو یا پسر او خانم باشه.
Community perception and resistance. There is increasing dissatisfaction with the Taliban. However, the pervasive sense of fear that the Taliban has instilled in the larger Afghan society has prevented people from protesting or resisting. There is also the belief among participants that the international community has started accepting the Taliban, which has added to their sense of despair and hopelessness. Some women groups and CSOs, however, still work in secret to raise awareness and resist the Taliban's gender apartheid policies. Mental health impact. The law has had a severe impact on the mental health of not only women, but also men and children across the country. Women are forced to stay confined to their homes due to the restrictions, report suffering from depression, anxiety, and stress. Men also have reported facing stress and depression due to the financial troubles. Key recommendations. During the consultations, besides sharing the impact of law on their lives, Women also share their expectations from different stakeholders for supporting them at this challenging time. International actors recognize and codify gender apartheid, have principled engagement with the Taliban, reinitiate resettlement programs for women at risk, pressure the Taliban to uphold amnesty for former government employees, journalists, army officials, and WHRDs. Regional and Islamic actors. Instead of engaging with the Taliban through treaties, trade deals, and opening of diplomatic missions, engage with them for pressurize them to roll back the restrictions on women. Take part in responding to the humanitarian crisis of Afghanistan by providing support. Engage with Afghan women and support them in their global advocacy for justice and equality. Donors and international women's rights organizations. Increase funding directly to CSOs operating in Afghanistan, especially those working with women and children. Provide more remote jobs and learning opportunities for women and girls in Afghanistan. Increase mental health support and virtual, free therapy sessions for women. Afghan civil society. Take more creative and innovative approaches and continue building resilience of women and communities. Please visit our website at www.farageer.org to access the full report. Please support our cause by making any amount of donation you can make. Your generous donations help us continue our efforts in raising awareness of the world about the situation of women in Afghanistan and advocate for building their resilience while holding the Taliban regime to account.
اما امروز خیلی جگر خود